Take a moment, look at those. Those are the ones we're going to be solving right now. So I want us to solve as many of these as possible. All right. So let's look at A. Well, number 1. If this numbering doesn't make sense to you, that's because I took the questions I wanted from a book, not all of them. Okay. All right. Number 1 says 2x minus 8, and this gives you 12. We want to solve for x. So what do we do here? Firstly, we have to get rid of that negative 8. And how do I get rid of that negative 8? Mona, take it over to the right-hand side, and it's going to become a positive. So then we have 2x is equal to 12 plus 8, which is 20. And now how am I going to get rid of my 2 in front of the x over here? Because we're still solving for that x. How am I going to get rid of the 2? Okay, we're a little bit shy still. Nice, Buhlali, and welcome. We divide by 2 on both sides, and that means my x is equal to 10. All right, let's move on to number 2. Remember, if you don't understand something, for today, you're allowed to unmute yourself and interrupt me and just ask your question, okay? Full permission to unmute. So, number 2 says 3x, number 4, actually. I need to number the way these are numbered, otherwise you guys are going to get confused. Says 3x plus 4 is equal to negative 20. So they are gradually increasing in difficulty, but not too bad still, right? Still not too bad. So once again, I want my x to be on its own, and it's on my left-hand side. So what do I get rid of first in this case? Nice, the 4. And if the 4 goes over, it will become 3x is equal to negative 20 minus 4. Nice, Buhlale. So then 3x will be negative 24. And now to get rid of my 3 in front of the x, what are we going to do here? We're going to divide both sides by 3. Therefore, what is x? What is a negative 24 divided by a positive 3? Firstly, a negative and a positive. Our symbol is going to be a what? A negative. And what is 24 divided by 3? That would be 8. Nice, guys. Beautiful. All right, number 7. Nice, sweet Dumelo. Okay, number 7 says 4x minus 8 is equal to 8. Great. These all look very similar, right? Once again, I have an x there next to my 4 that I want to get on its own, which means my 8 goes over and it becomes a positive. So then I'm going to end up with 4x is equal to the 8 that was there originally, plus the 8 that you have now moved to my right-hand side. So then I have 4x is equal to 8 plus 8, which is 16. How do we get rid of that 4 again? How do we get rid of the 4? We're going to divide by 4 on both sides. And this is going to give me, therefore, x is equal to, what is 16 divided by 4? 16 divided by 4, x is equal to 4. Nice. Now, I want you guys to do on your number 10, 13, and 16, okay? And as soon as you have my answer, I want you to post it in the chat, and then I will do it, and we will check if you are correct. And it is go time. Right now, we are doing 10, 13, and 16 on our own. So then when I do it, your job will be to check your answers. Okay. So go for it. I'm here. If you want to ask a question in the DM, you are welcome to do so. Has anyone gotten an answer for number 10 yet? Anyone have an answer for number 10 yet? Okay, Buhlale says x is equal to 0. Anyone else? Let's check. Remember, as you get the answers, guys, you need to post in the chat, okay? You can post it directly to me if you don't want everyone else to see your questions. Bongo Musa seems to agree with Buhlale, so let's check. And now, nice, guys. 3x plus 6 is equal to 6. So we're going to start off by getting rid of this plus 6, meaning taking it over. So then I have 3x is equal to 6 minus 6. So 3x is equal to 0. Divide both sides by 3. And indeed, your x is equal to 0. Beautiful. Anyone have an answer for 13 yet? I'm going to just rewrite the question here. 27 is equal to 3 minus 2p. Okay, Buhlale has an answer for us. Anyone else? I'm going to give you guys a few more seconds to lock in your answers in the chat. Okay, well, there's a slight difference. We have a negative 12 and a positive 12. So we'll check just now which one is it. Okay. Let's see. Take our 3 over. And it becomes 27 minus 3 is equal to negative 2p, okay? Then I have a 24 is equal to negative 2p. Once again, I am solving for p, which is on my right-hand side in this case, but that doesn't matter. We can just divide both sides by negative 2. These cancel out, therefore, p is equal to, a positive and a negative will give you a negative, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. Great. It's all right, Blessing, welcome. We're trying questions on our own today and then checking them. So as soon as you have an answer, post it in the chat, and then I will be checking. We are on number 16 right now, which is 12 is equal to 12x plus 12. Very creative. How creative, this question. Anyone have an answer yet? Don't worry, Blessing, they got time to do it, okay? You don't need to have an answer in like 2 seconds. So I'll give you enough time to try. Buhlale has an answer for me. X is equal to 12. Anyone else? Come on, guys, don't be shy. There's 7 of us in here right now. There we go. Bongo Musa and Buhlale have locked in answers. Let's hear. Anyone else? Okay, we have the same answer, so that gives me a lot of confidence. I'm confident in you guys anyway. So once again, we take my 12 over to the left-hand side. So then I have 12 that was originally there, and this becomes a negative 12 when it gets to my left-hand side. And this will give me 12x. And then you have a 12 minus 12, which is 0, is equal to 12x. To get rid of the 12 coefficient, you divide both sides by 12. Once again, these two guys will cancel each other out. And 0 divided by 12 tells me that x is 0. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. All right. Are we ready to try 19 and 22 on our own? I know you guys can do them. So tell me, are we ready? Just do corrections quickly wherever you're working, and then we're moving on to 19 and 22. I am going to give you guys 2 minutes, 3 minutes to do these two. So right now, guys, we're doing 19 and 22. It is 17:14. At 17:18, we will be checking answers. But remember, if you have an answer, just post it in the chat. If you don't want people to see it, then direct message me. Okay. Welcome, Luciabel. We're trying questions on our own. And Mahlale already has an answer for number 19 for me. But I'm going to need more people to send in their answers. It is still 17:14. I'm actually going to change it to 17:16. 17:16, we're checking. Nice. Noah has locked in an answer for number 19. Let's hear. Bongomus has locked in. Lushevel has locked in. Witumelo. Nice. We all have the same answer. We all have the same answer. So let's work on 22 and then we'll check both of them at once. Probably a couple of seconds left. Anyone got an answer for 22 yet? Let's hear. No? Okay, I'm going to do 19 while you guys finish off 22. And then as soon as you have an answer, post it in the chat. Okay. Let's get going with 19. A half of x minus 2 is equal to 5. Okay. My first step is to take the 2 over. Okay, it is possible to start with the fraction first, but I'm choosing to take the 2 over. So then I have a 5 plus 2 on my right-hand side. So a half of x is equal to 7. Now to get rid of this half, I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides because these will cancel out and it'll give me x is equal to 14. Nice. Can I have a response for number 22, please? No one? Okay, I'm going to do it and then you guys check your answers and you'll tell me which one you got right. All right, let's check 22. 22 says 6 is equal to x divided by 6 minus 2. This time, I'm going to start by multiplying by 6 everywhere to get rid of this denominator. Okay, I just want to show you that it doesn't matter what you start with. These 6's will cancel out. So then, on my left-hand side, I'll have 36 is equal to x minus 12. All right? And then I only have one step left, which is to take my 12 over to that side. So 36 plus 12 is equal to x. Therefore, my x is 48. Nice. Did we get that one right? Can we have a thumbs up, thumbs down? A thumbs up, thumbs down. Yes, we did. Nice. Beautiful. Guys, absolutely wonderful. Okay. Great. These are a lot of similar things. So I am going to say I want us to do 20 and 23. So let's get going. 20 and 23. That's what you're doing now, guys. I'm going to scroll down so you don't get confused with the rest. There's 20 and 23. Once again, you have 2 minutes. It is 17:19. At 17:20, 21, we're going to check in. Okay. Great. Our first answer is in. Let me wait for the rest of them. I think this is going to help us with our pacing as well. How fast do we work? Of course, we want to finish our tests and exams, right? So we should be able to work at a steady pace. Okay, I have more responses, and it seems like we'll all agree on what the answer for 20 is. Let's go on to 23. We have a couple of seconds left. Oh. Okay, it's time. I'm going to work on 20 while you guys send me your answers for 23. Okay. 20. 5 is equal to negative a half x plus 2. All right. We get rid of this 2 first, which is in front. And we take it that side. So then I'm going to have 5 minus 2 is equal to negative a half of x. This gives me 3 half of x. And how do we get rid of negative a half? I want to hear how you guys did it. How did you guys get rid of this negative a half? How did we get rid of negative a half? You could have done it in 1 or 2 steps. I just want to hear from you guys which one you used, which method you used to get rid of that. Okay, so you can either times you're divided. Oh, I see. Can either times by negative 2 over 1. That was terrible. Negative 2 over 1, because then these will cancel out and so will the negatives. A negative and a negative will give you a positive. But if you times by negative 2 on that side, you go times by negative 2 on the other side. And therefore, your x is indeed negative 6. Can I have solutions for question 23? I feel like you guys have solutions. You just don't want to say it out loud in the chat. If you're shy, just send it in the chat, in my DMs. So it says to meeting group chats, change it to teacher cat and just send it there. Okay, thank you, Bitumelo. I have negative 18, a 20, a 5. Let's check. Okay, 23 says 8 minus 2x divided by 4 is equal to negative 8. Now our problem is this guy over here, that 4. So I'm going to times both sides by 4. And this will cancel out with that one. And I'll be left with 8 minus 2x is equal to negative 8, 16, 24, 32. Okay, now I can move my positive 8 over. That was horrific. To that side. So then I'm going to have negative 2x is equal to negative 32 minus 8. What's negative 32 minus 8? Negative 32 minus 8. Nice, Buhlali. This is negative 40. Divide by negative 2 on both sides to get rid of it. These ones will cancel each other out. And therefore, x is equal to a negative and a negative will give me a positive. And 40 divided by 2 is 20. Well done, Luciavo. Well done. And thank you to all the people who sent in their answers, even if they were not sure. That's how you learn, okay? So what you do now is you go check in your working out. Where did you make a mistake? If you got the same answer, then obviously it means there's the same place where there's a mistake. So you just go check that and then you should be fine. Okay, can I have a thumbs up, thumbs down on this one? On these two, rather. There we go, there we go. That's not everyone, but it's fine. I'll take it. All right. Now, we are still solving for x, okay? We have just now moved into territory where we have brackets. Now remember, unless these brackets are next to each other, we cannot make each of them equal to 0. These are not factors. So we have to expand them. All right. So I'm going to do 11 and 13 with you guys. And then I want you guys to, okay, I'm going to do 11 and 15. So I'm going to do 11 and 15 with you guys. And you guys on your own are going to try 13 and 17. All right, let's get going with 11. We have an x plus 3 times x minus 3 minus x squared is equal to 3x. Great. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is expand these brackets. And we have a binomial with a binomial. So I'm going to FOIL. All right. So I'm going to do the whole first, outer, inner, and last. My first is x squared. My outer is x times negative 3, which is going to give me negative 3x. My inner is positive 3 times x, so that's plus 3x. And my last is positive 3 times negative 3, which is negative 9. Then I still have this minus x squared equals 3x. Now, before I start moving stuff around, I am going to highlight my like terms. So I have an x squared there and an x squared there, an x there and an x there. And I think that's all on the left-hand side. Okay. X squared minus x squared. It's 0. They're gone. Okay. Again, negative 3x plus 3x, they're gone. They've canceled each other out. So what's left on our left-hand side is negative 9 is equal to 3x. Now it looks so much simpler because I want to get rid of this 3 in front of my x. So I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. And therefore, x is equal to, I want to cancel these out. A positive and a negative are going to give me what answer? A positive and a negative. If I'm dividing a positive and a negative, then my answer will be negative. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay. Let me do 15 with you. This is x plus 4 squared is equal to x minus 3 all squared. Okay, there are two ways in which we can do this. I'm going to start with the one where we expand, okay? If you like being safe like I did when I was in school, I would just expand this into two brackets and the right-hand side as well into two brackets and then FOIL them, okay? So then my first here is x squared outer plus 4x plus another 4x for inner plus 16. And this is equal to first is x squared, outer is negative 3x, inner is another negative 3x, and last is a positive 9. Okay, and then you're going to add your like terms here and on the other side. So x squared plus 8x is equal to 16. Nope, plus 16. Plus 16. I don't know why I got equals, guys. Plus 16 equals x squared. Negative 3x minus 3 is minus 6x plus 9. Okay. And now I'm going to put everything on the same side and see what happens. So I'm going to move all of these guys to the left-hand side. So then it's x squared plus 8x plus 16 minus x squared plus 6x minus 9 equals 0. If you're confused about the symbols, look here what they were originally, right? And now I have moved it to the left-hand side, so my x became negative, 6x became positive, and my 9 became negative. Now let's add our like terms. X squared minus x squared. Once again, the x's are gone. Then I have 8x plus 6x. What's 8x plus 6x? 8x plus 6x. That is 14x. Okay. And then I have finally positive 16 minus 9. And that will give me negative 7 equals 0. Now, on this step, we see that we have to take my 7 back to the other side. So I will have 14x is equal to 0 plus 7, which is just 7. You divide both sides by 14. And will I be correct if I say x is equal to 7 over 4? Is that the most simple that I can write this? Can I just write x is equal to 7 over 14? Not 4, sorry. 14. What do you guys think? Anyone? No. So what do I have to do? Come on, guys. We need to concentrate and participate. What do I have to do? I have to still simplify it. Okay. 7 goes into itself once and into 14 twice. So x is not 7 over 14. It is 1 over 2. Okay. Great. Now, I need you guys to do 13 and 17. It is 1732. Well, now it's 1733. I'm going to give you until 1736, and then we are checking. If you have an answer, post it in the chat. Don't be shy, guys. Everyone is here to learn. You don't have to get every single thing right. So even if you're not sure, just post the answer. So once again, you guys are doing 13 and 17. All right, go for it. Nice, Botlale. I see your answer. Any other answers, guys? 13 and 17. Okay, Lushevel, is that your answer for 13 or 17? All right. So we have two answers for 13. Can we have any answers coming in for 17? I know it takes a little bit of a while, so maybe I'll give you until 37 and then we really have to check. Okay, guys, can we have more answers coming in, please? There's about 8 of us here. I expect at least one answer for any one of these questions, okay? We all should be trying them. This is a revision session, so you need to try some on your own. Okay. There's only a few seconds left anyway, but I'm going to need you guys to come to the party now. Okay. Okay, it's 37, so I'm going to get moving. 13, we had two possible answers. Thank you very much to Lushevel and Buhlali for trying it. Okay, let's see. I have a x minus 3 times x minus 2 minus x times x minus 1 equals 0. All right, so here I'm going to be foiling again. So I have an x times x, which is x squared, and an x times negative 2, which is minus 2x. Inner is negative 3 times x, so that's minus 3x. And last is plus 6. Then for the second part of this is the distributive law, because it's only one term multiplied by a binomial. So this will be negative x squared, and negative and a negative is plus x equals 0. Then we check our like terms. So it's x squared minus x squared. That's gone. And then we have negative 2x minus 3x plus x. Negative 2x minus 3x is negative 5x. And if you add x, that's negative 4x is equal to 0. Divide both sides by negative 4. And therefore, x is equal to 0. Any takers for 17? Have we still not done it? Okay. 17. We have a 3x minus 4 times 3x. Okay. Buhlale, you're trying it. That's fine. And Buitumelo has given me an answer. Thank you, Buitumelo, for trying it. I'm just going to write the question, Butlali, okay? 3x minus 2 squared. And that's equal to 0. Okay, I'm giving a little more time as requested by Butlali. The point of our revision session is for you guys to apply yourselves and check that you can do it. So please, everyone else who still hasn't tried it, try it. Okay, Botlale, you can continue there, but I'm going to get started here. I want to check Boitumelo's answer. So firstly, we boiled. My outer was terrible. And then inner and lost. Okay, so when we FOIL the first two, we're going to have 3x times 3x, which is 9x squared plus 12x minus 12x minus 16. Then I'm going to expand these brackets, meaning write them out so I can FOIL properly. Equals 0. Okay, we have an answer from Lucheval as well. So I'm going to rewrite this, 9x squared, and these two cancel each other out. So it's 9x squared minus 16. And then this minus I'm going to leave outside while I FOIL. Otherwise, it's going to get confusing. There's a lot going on. Okay, so it's going to be 9x squared. This time, it's coming from the second set of brackets. Okay, so 9x squared minus 6x minus 6x again, and plus 4 equals 0. But we have this negative that is outside the brackets. That's going to change all the signs in the brackets because we're going to distribute it. Okay, so I have 9x squared minus 16 minus 9x squared plus 6x plus another 6x and minus 4. Then we check our like terms. 9x squared minus 9x squared, that's gone. 6x plus 6x will give us 12x. And a negative 16 minus 4 is minus 20. This is equal to 0. Once again, we're getting x on its own. So I'm going to take my 20 and move it to the other side. So I'm going to have 12x is equal to positive 20. Divide both sides by 12. These guys will cancel out. And here we need to look for a highest common factor. What's the highest common factor between 20 and 12? Between 20 and 12, what's my highest common factor? 4. So then it goes into 12 3 times and into 20 5 times. Therefore, x is equal to 5/3 or 1 2/3. Okay, let's check. I didn't make a mistake, right? 3x squared plus 12 minus 12 minus 16. That's fine. This is 9x squared minus 6 plus 4. Then negative, positive, positive, negative. 9x minus 9x squared gone. 6x plus 6x is 12. Negative. There we go. We're correct. We're done. All right. Everyone who tried it, if you didn't get it right, do we see our mistakes, guys? That's the important part here. It's not important to always be right. It is important to see where you messed up. So that next time, you know what happens when you get something wrong? Next time, that's the first thing you look for. So you know not to repeat that mistake. Okay. I'm going to do one that's a little bit challenging, and then we have to call it a day. There we go. So don't worry about things being wrong. Okay. And you will never know if you don't speak up and tell me what your answer was so I can help you. I'm glad that you guys have spoken up and some of you sent answers in the chat so I can help you. Let's see. X squared 4x minus 1 plus 16, 1 minus 4x. Oh, tell me something about those brackets, guys. What do you see about those two brackets in number 9? What do we see about those two brackets in number 9? You need to be very observant. They both have a 4x and they both have a 1. But what is different about them? What is different about them? Here, my 4x is negative, but here it is positive. And here my 1 is negative, but here it's positive. So I want these signs to swap around. I want to have the same bracket, right? How am I going to get my second bracket to look like my first one? So I'm just going to rewrite the first one. I can factor out a negative. Do you agree? So then my 16 will be a negative 16. And in my brackets, I'm going to be left with 4x minus 1 equals 0. And now I have a common bracket, which I can take out as a factor. So I'm going to write it here, 4x minus 1. Then what's left for my first term once I take out 4x minus 1? What's left for the first term, guys? X squared minus 16 equals 0. Then 4x minus 1, and this is difference of 2 squares, equals 0. Then you make each one equal to 0. 4x plus 4 equals 0, or x minus 4 equals 0. I took out a negative, Buhlale. Remember I asked, how do we swap these symbols? We had a negative 4x and a positive 1. If you take out a negative, which is going to make 16 negative, then the one that was positive becomes negative, and the one that was negative becomes positive. See? Okay. And then I take this over. So 4x is equal to positive 1. Divide by 4, divide by 4. X is a quarter. You're welcome. At least you're asking a question, right? We're very quiet today. Or x is equal to, this becomes a negative 4, or my last solution where x is equal to positive 4. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day here.